It's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, the happy entrepreneur, and welcome to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the number one business development and revenue focused late night show in the country where we're on a mission. And our mission really is to empower, our mission really is to inspire, and our mission is to provide you, the entrepreneur, with all the resources that are necessary to execute the big vision you have for the people you were called to serve. And on this episode, we'll be talking to the one and only Dr. Angela Kalender. How are you, Doc?
I am doing wonderful today. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank
Well, thank you so
you.
much for being here. We appreciate it. You know, we're going to talk about transformation, and you have it in several different categories. And before we talk about the different categories, transformation means different things to different people. And they
Mhm.
like to know, what is Dr. Angela's definition on transformation? What does that mean these days to you?
Well, of course, with me, first of all, I'm a doctor of natural medicine. When people come to me, I tell them healing is spiritual, physical, mental, and emotional. And I say spiritual because, um, you have to find some source that you believe in to give you that faith. For me, I was born in a Hindu home, I married a Muslim, and then I became a born again Christian. So with me, I connect with my faith. You know, I believe that with a higher power, you gain that inner strength. Whatever it is that you could find that peace within. Spiritual, physical. Physically, we have to move our body, right? And nutritionally, the Lord says He's given us every herb bearing plant, and it shall serve us food unto the body. And I believe that the time is here where our nutrition, is so dense. I mean, our vegetables, fruits, they're all, we don't have the minerals and the vitamins in them that used to be. And so I believe we're living in a time where we have to find a good supplement to take. A vitamin, mineral, osteoporosis is a deficiency of mineral, you know, uh, so we can go on and on with that. But spiritual, physical, mental, um the other day a young man came to me and he said, Doc, my colon was removed. And I began to speak to him, and then we was sharing. Sometimes we carry childhood trauma. you know we hold on to childhood trauma and we're not healed from it. And what happens, it comes in the form of disease, cancer, and things like that. So I believe forgiveness is a huge part of transformation.
For where we are in the world today, thanks so much for sharing. And the folks right now, don't worry, we're gonna understand her backstory. She gave you a little bit of a moment ago, and I know y'all are looking at her bio below. You're already googling her. I get it. I want to start on one area first, and then we move to the other area, which you talked a lot about the emotional. I heard you say, yeah, the mental and emotional trauma, right? And there has to be a transformation there. And where we are in the world today, with folks who are, well, on the outside, seem very, very, very successful, yet
Yes.
they've committed suicide. I think of Robin Williams is one. That might be a name some folks know as an
Yes.
actor that had it all, right? He wanted to be successful on television. He was able to do that. He wanted to be successful in the movies. He could do that. Wanted to win an award, not being funny. He did that, yet he's no longer here. Here's my question to you, and I want to talk about that. For folks that are struggling mentally and emotionally, and they're like, look, Doc, I heard what you said,
Yeah.
but I went through a divorce. Doc, you don't understand. I got to take care of the husband. I got to take care of the wife. Got to take care of
Yeah.
the kids. I got big responsibilities at the office and in my community. Doc, there's so much going on. I'm just emotionally drained and mentally just at wit's end. What
Yeah.
would you suggest some steps that person might want to do that's watching right now?
Absolutely, and this is serious. We hear of
Yeah.
public success, but a private failure, and it's very sad. But what I would recommend is that you take some time for yourself. You know, take at least 30 minutes away, or get up a little earlier. If you get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, wake up, a little earlier and begin to meditate. you know Meditate, clear your mind. Also, if you're on medicine, those things have grave side effects, you know, and so that has to be addressed too. But I say begin to take time to yourself, self talk. You know, I have some affirmation that I made. I was in an abusive marriage. I got a divorce, and I've been through a lot of trauma in my life. And if I can come back from what I have faced, then anyone can. And so, you just have to find strength within. Suicide is not an option. God's got a plan for us, a plan for to prosper us and give us a future. We have to eliminate the negative thinking. When that negative thinking come in, we got to change that with something positive, you know?
Yeah, and you mentioned something that was very, very important there. So you can't leave us hanging here, obviously, because they're like, "Oh my gosh,
No,
Shay, she says she has her own some affirmations that she says." And
yes.
Shay, you didn't ask her what's one affirmation or two affirmations or three affirmations that not only does she use, that someone may adopt. And we'll get into the other side, but they might be thinking, you know what? If I can just get a hold of one, two, or three, or four affirmations that the doctor, Angela herself, is already using, then they could benefit. And even if you can't benefit right now, you might want to write some of these affirmations the doctor's going to release because it might be something you might share with a friend. Okay, so it's the first question, obviously, is what's some of your, if you don't mind sharing, you don't have to if you
No,
don't want to. I don't want to be too
you
personal, but
know,
what are some affirmations
they,
that someone can grab onto?
yeah, I have that. And I tell you one thing, I need the people out there to know that I genuinely care. This is a movement. This is just, I want to see a change in people's lives because when this happens, you're affecting generation to come. You see? And so my affirmations that I have made up, I'd get up every morning and say, I will hear the voice of God within. I will lead and not follow. I will create and not destroy. I am a force for good. I am a world changer. I am a destiny shaper. I defy the odds. I set new standards. I am a leader. I am a leader and not I am a lender and not a borrower. I am a billionaire. I am loved by God. I am chosen by God. I am protected by God. I am a trendsetter. I am happy and I am humble. I am a multimillionaire. No weapon formed against me shall prosper, and all that rise up shall fall. Every tongue that rise up to condemn me shall be condemned. This is my season. I will win. I will win. I was born to win. I am healthy. I am healthy. I am wealthy. I am wealthy. I am strong. I will live the fullness of life. I am always prospering. I am always prospering. I am a force for good, and it is my turn.
It is my time. And as you were saying with affirmations, you talk about transformation from a spiritual perspective, from a healing perspective, from a mental perspective, from an emotional perspective. And the one word that comes up that I want you, maybe you can help out with as well, or share your view of the world, which is really consistency, right? Because
Yeah,
for the
oh,
person that's listening that says, Doc, I like what
yes.
you're saying. Um, they gave me some medicine that I'm not being consistent with. They told me I need more diet and exercise. I'm not doing that. And they found themselves being on track or off track, and on track again and off track. And this is not a beat me up conversation, ladies and gentlemen, I
Oh, no,
promise you.
never,
But I
never.
want to know what Dr. Angela's view is on how do you be consistent? Like once you get on the journey, how do you stay the course?
You know, we've all heard the saying, we are what we eat. I find when I eat wrong, I am tired. I'm not able to be consistent. Chi. And what I've learned to do now is stick with my vitamin regimen. And when I take that, I get up in the morning with the energy, you know, and the drive. You have to find something that will get you up in the morning. And I tell you, nutrition is the key. Gee, a lot of us are eating dead foods, which mean if the foods are cooked, it's dead. And we're not feeding ourselves. Okay? A lot of us are killing ourselves by feeding dead nutrition, putting dead nutrition in our mouth. I've done that, you know. I'm constantly at work. I'm working on myself daily, and so that's why I've learned from myself in my 30 years of experience dealing with people. You know, nutrition is the key. You have
Nutrition is
to
the key. Nutrition is the key. Nutrition is the what?
is
Key.
it's the key, and you have to move your body. You know that. When you move your body, you got to move your joints, move your body, you become alive. But the key is feed your cells good food. I don't believe there are any diseases out there that cannot turn around, and I have witness for that. I don't care what you're struggling with. There is something you could get on a regimen that would turn it around and make you better. You've got to self-talk. You got to stand in the mirror and speak to the person that you're seeing in the mirror and say, you are somebody. I am going to make it. This is a fight, and this is a real fight.
This is a fight. This is what you're all about, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking to the one and only Dr. Angela Kalender. She's here right now, and I know you're looking at her bio below. I understand you're Googling her right now, and she'll tell you more about herself. But, you might be wondering, where does this passion come from? At least I am. Like, when she started talking about spiritual healing, when she started talking about transformation, I could feel the energy coming through the
Yeah,
power of these fiber optic lines. So the
yeah.
question for folks, they want to know, what is Dr. Angela's backstory that led her to this defining moment where she's like, yeah, I'm on a mission to heal the
Yeah.
world through transformation. So tell a little about your backstory that led you to doing what you're doing now, please.
Well, I was sick. I was in an I had childhood trauma. I was abused, abandoned, rejected, and I struggled. And so, I also was in a very abusive marriage, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I wanted to die a few times, you know but God got a hold of me, you know and I know, he saved me for a time such as this, you know and I know that if we can come together, we will begin to encourage each other, and suicide will be less. um there is hope. Me i i found it in God. And when I was sick, the doctors wanted to remove my thyroid. I One of my praise and worship leader found this place called Hallelujah Acre, see, and I decided to go there. And when I went there, they give me my roommate was a person with stage 4 cancer, and she was throwing up all over the place. And I said, Lord, I'm going to be obedient, and I'm going to help her. I'm going to go upstairs and bring her food, her juice, and her vitamins down to her before I take mine. And I did just that. And within the third day, I saw that woman jump up from her bed and went upstairs to get her own. And I began to watch her, and with the life giving food, she began to turn around. And I thought that there's something more to this. I was going to study to be a victims advocate attorney. But when I saw that, I said, I'm going to go and I'm going to study to be a master herbalist. Well, I did that. And when I did that, it wasn't enough. So I went on to be a doctor of natural medicine. And it was one of the best thing I've ever done to study this, because I could I see a change. People that came to me with no hope. One woman came to me and she said the doctor gave me 2 months to live. That woman went on to live for years. So my prayer is that people get it. There's never ever a hopeless situation, God can turn it around. You know, you say, Angela, you don't know what I'm going through. Well, I may not know what you're going through, but I know what pain feels like. And I've been through a lot. And today, God is using me to speak. And if He could do that for me, He could do it for anyone else. You know, Chi, our thumbprints are very unique. There are millions of people out there, but we have a unique thumbprint, each one of us. And God did that. And you know why I believe He did that? Is to
Why?
show us that we are uniquely different. We are none. We're not like anybody else. And He loves us. He made us unique and just the way we are, with our eyes, our hair, just the way we are. It was
Just the
designed.
way we are.
Yes. And it took me a long time to realize that, because I was abused. I was told I'm nothing, I'm nobody, I'm ugly. And today I'm starting to like myself.
You're looking good over there, Doc. You're looking good. I see. I'm married, by the way, but I see
No,
you looking good.
no,
I'm on my
but
third marriage, by the way. I'm on my third marriage, but don't judge
yeah,
me. Please don't judge me.
I'll never, see, and that's the thing. I want people to know, when you point your finger at someone, they're this much pointing back at you. And we have to stop that. We can't stand and judge others. I think I'm calling for a movement to begin to love and accept and don't judge.
When you use the word love, if you can, define your definition of love, what that looks like and what that feels like for the person that's watching. Because, when they hear the word love, people say, oh, you got to love this, you got to love that. But you're speaking at a different level. So if you can, here's the question: love. What does the word love mean to Dr. Angela? And what does love feel like for Dr. Angela for where she is now?
Yeah, well, God loves us unconditionally. It doesn't matter what we do. If we stood before the Lord, He'd say, "You are my child, and I love you." And I think that that's where I am right now. I would see people and I don't see, what they've done. God has done a tremendous work on me. I see them for who they are as a person, you know? Even the people, whatever you've done, I know that you just didn't wake up one day and wanted to do that. It's something that triggered that, something that happened in your background, something. And so I've learned to love you just the way you are, and to embrace you long enough to see a change. I've had guys sit in prison, and they came out and they say, "Doc, I thought about what you said to me, and I'm not going back there." Now
Mm,
that's love. You know, I
yeah.
um I was a part of the crisis center in the church. The guys would come and tell Dot, she was the director. They'll say, "How could she help me? She don't look like she's been to jail." But when I began to speak to them, and when I came from the position of love, I saw change.
Wow, we're certainly doing so much good in the world. We really appreciate that. Continue to do the good work that you're doing now. Two-part question. One, what type of clients does Dr. Angela work with these days? If your firm's taking on any type of clients, what type of clients do you work with? And how can folks best connect with you?
I work with all kinds of clients. I mean, there are babies that are 9 months old that has diabetes. I think that's ridiculous, but we could change that one step at a time. I just work with just about anybody. Shay, it doesn't matter if you have the sarcoidosis, cancer. It doesn't matter. We want to work with you. And I partner up with Holy Nation, and you could connect with me, 301-802-9788. My email is Dr. K4625. And then Holy Nation, you could connect with her, reach out to her, and she'll set up appointments, bring you in the office. and we can see you. So her website is www.holyhealthandfitness.com.
Got it.
Should I say that again?
Yes, go ahead and say it one more time.
Holyhealthandfitness.com.
Thanks so much for sharing. By the way, as we're listening to Dr. Angela, we have a segment here at the Happy Entrepreneur Show called Today is My January 1st. And for those folks that tune in Monday through Friday at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or over on social media on YouTube that follow us, you know this is the time you get to say those words you wait for all day long. Today is my January 1st. Today is my January 1st. And for those folks that are listening for the very first time and want to know what is today is my January 1st. First, let me welcome you aboard. But today is my January 1st represents our personal mantra here. It means we get a do-over. Today is my January 1st means that we get a restart. Today is my January 1st means our past no longer equals our future. Happy New Year to you, by the way. You don't have to wait till December 31st, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the back of a napkin to use that. You can have that mindset right now. So my question, Dr. Angela, is when you hear those words, today is my January 1st, what do you hear? And what words of encouragement or empowerment do you have to our viewers that are watching now?
I hear that you can start today. Whatever change you need to make, it's today. Take it one step at a time and do it. Connect with someone that you believe in. You know, have someone that care about you and would listen. And will help you. There's somebody there for you, and just connect with them and just encourage yourself. Find a place of service. If you believe in God, find a church home and go connect with like-minded people and start today. It's never too late. When you begin to self-talk and tell yourself that I can't make it, or change that kind of thinking, because it won't benefit you. You have to change the thinking and begin to think positive. And I know it may not be easy at first, but you'll find a way, and eventually you'll be okay.
Yes, you will. Let me say, Dr. Angela, thanks a lot for being on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. The work you do is amazing. It's really incredible. You're healing the inner side of us. And I like that you hold the belief that we all can change, that we all can transfer, that no matter what age we are, no matter where we've been, no matter what we're going through, there are two things that we control. We control our mindset with 100% certainty. We control our actions. So thanks for all that you do in the world. Tell the folks once again how they can connect with you before we leave. How can folks best connect with you?
Well, again, my number is 301-802-9788. I want to talk to everyone, Shay. I absolutely love people. And so I want to hear their story. I want to get to know them, and I want to help them. And so my email address is, again, DOCTORK 4625 at gmail.com. And if they want to make an appointment, then Tony Restrepo at holynationsandfitness.com.
Perfect. Thanks again so much for being on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. We appreciate you. And thank you for watching. Thank you, the viewer that's out there. Without you, well, there is no show. So I do want you to know that you are amazing, because today is your January 1st. Yes. You're awesome. Well, because today is your January 1st. And because of that reason, your best is still yet to come. Your best, I believe, is yet to come. Your best is yet to come. With that being said, my name, for those folks that might have forgot, is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. And I promise you from the bottom of my heart, we'll make some good things happen. We connect again next time. Remember this. Time is long. Life, on the other hand, is very, very short. You got to live in that moment. You got to make it count. God bless everyone. We wish you success. Thank you, Dr. Angela. You're amazing. We appreciate you. We're out of here. Peace, everybody.